about children. Bullying.
Yeah.
Sad news. Bullying. Right now, they're not really sure if it is bullying. They're investigating.
Well, that's what the initial.
But that's what they're thinking.
Right.
We had another child
But no.
from Santa Ana.
Okay.
Santa Ana, California. Her name was
Prophet.
Wendell. Allison Wendell. A 10-year-old, man. It's that apparent suicide, self-apparent suicide. Those are the rumors. The worst thing is that it was her 9-year-old, was a sister? Her 9-year-old sister found her.
Wow.
Now, just imagine what's going to go through this little girl's...
It's a lifetime of therapy.
Yeah. 9-year-old, because of what they're thinking was bullying. Now, I know my son over here has a lot to say about bullying, but it's true. When we were growing up, there was really, you didn't really see this because you was taught, that you don't let shit like that bother you. That's why there was always fights. This bullying shit didn't really get to the point where a child would take their life. And I just feel like nowadays, the children are being brought up, can I say weak?
They're too sensitive.
Way too sensitive. The way and it all starts at home. It all starts at home. And I think the parents have a lot to do with what happened to this child. I don't know if the child spoke about it, because sometimes kids are like embarrassed to talk to the parents, or they don't feel a connection, or they could just go to talk to anything to the parents. I myself, we don't have that problem here at home. Our kids, even from our oldest one, they always came forward to us with whatever was bothering them, and you just got, as a parent, you listen. And you give them information on how to deal with certain things,
You start at a young age.
Yeah. And like my oldest son here, he'll tell my daughter, just punch him in the face, kick him in the nuts,
And it's good because when you have a sibling, it's even easier.
Yeah.
If you have a sibling that's older than you, you be like, if anybody mess with you, anybody fuck with you, you come get me. And they, that gives them a little strength. Because I was raised from my older brother, and his famous words were, if you don't fuck them up, I'm gonna fuck you up. So, bro, we was dumping. I was scared of my older brother, bro.
Yeah, and right now it's like the moment something happens, the parents go to the school and they're like, I don't think they push the issue. Like a lot of schools, I think there's some schools that try to cover it, sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, but they don't want the publicity from it.
Yeah, or sometimes they don't even tell the parents what's going on.
That's just wrong.
And these are the kind of things that happen. It just really bothers me. She's only 10. How does a 10-year-old think of taking her life?
How does it get to that point where she's thinking about taking her life?
And it doesn't say how.
Why is that even a thought?
It shouldn't.
How? I mean, for you to come up with that kind of thinking, you either have some kind of mental problem, or you had. I mean, to come up to that, you have to be really at your wit's end and to be able to be thinking of suicide.
And it has to be something that's been going on for a while,
right,
too.
And where does that seed get planted at? At what point? What does she see to get the idea? Let me kill myself.
They can't deal with it.
Oh gosh.
So nowadays they have stress. Like sometimes your kid will say, "I'm stressed," and you're like, "Man, you stressed that." But that's the thing now too. Children get stressed. They just can't deal with these things happening in the schools. And again, I don't know how long this went on, but like, who do you put blame on? I guess you got to put some blame on the school.
Everybody starts at home, then the school, and then anybody else that's involved. Well, it starts at home, then you got the school, then you got the counseling in the school, and then after that, it's the authorities and whoever else has gotten in touch with that child. They all failed her. But
Like,
it starts at home.
Like, I wonder that child even said anything. Like, it's. Well, she rests in peace.
And listen, if you ain't have a kid and you about to have one, or you planning on having one, you gotta be open and honest with your kid from the gate. From the gate. I don't care all that mama, moo, moo, moo. That baby talk when they babies doesn't do them any good. You speak regular English to them because they mimic when they have baby.
Yes.
So gag goo goo doesn't help them to talk.
Oh, what's the matter, baby girl?
All that stuff doesn't work. You talk straight and regular with them.
At some age, you stop. Like when they're babies, you know, you do that. But
even as a baby, I watched a lot of publications and a lot of documentaries that show even as infants, they retain and they learn. I seen one in the crib where they used, the little thing that you keep over the crib, the little turner.
Yeah.
Where they changed the turners, and the kids that had the more the diversive turner, cognitive whatever, the brain function was better.
What do you mean diversive turner?
Different like shapes, colors, different.
Okay.
The one that had the more diversive had a better brain function because they're learning. They're a sponge. They're a sponge. I mean, I wish I would have known that when my daughter. I mean, when my daughter was a baby, I talked normal to her. I mean, maybe the first couple of weeks. But after that, I used to have conversations. I would come home because I worked late at night. So I would come home and I pull her out the crib, let my wife sleep, and I'll pull her in the living room and me and her have a conversation. Regular conversation. But you got to
start.
start
I
in
think
the
the dads usually
young.
do that, and
You gotta
usually the
start
mom
young.
is the one that's the more cuddly, and
I
it's
started,
like a balance. There's a balance between the two parents.
but I
Bringing up
started
the-
talking about sex with my daughter when she was going into middle school. I started putting it on her. Listen, these boys, when they start hitting you, they like you. They like you. They want to try to touch you. I put the game in her head because I played the game. So she gonna know the game before we get to her.
So with that said, just if you know anybody who's dealing with bullying with a child or adult, it's good to try to talk to them.
Talk to Tyler.
And we have the number, the Suicide Prevention Lifeline number. Sergeant mentions 1-800-275-8255. Is it 5?
So one time we turned the lights.
273. Okay, 1-800-273-8255.
It'll
That's
be
the Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
It'll be in the page.
Yeah, I mean, if you know somebody, you're watching this, someone who sees and maybe having a problem, talk to them. If there's a child and your friends, tell your kids to talk to other children when they have problems and let you know. Even if it's not your own child, maybe your child could say, look, so-and-so has been talking about being bullied or something. Maybe the parents could get in touch with the other parent or something. But when you're in school, us parents, we take care of children.
Well,
And
it takes a village, right?
There you go.
It takes a village.
So,
Maybe an old saying, but it still rings true today.
It sure does.
Like what you watch, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to stay up to date, and don't forget to like the video.